Check. Check, 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 check. It's working! Check, check, check. Hey guys. This is the Shining Force stream, and you're probably wondering, what's this guy doing back on here? He beat Shining Force 2. Well, friends, guess what? I gotta play Shining Force 1. I played a little bit of Shining Force 1. I think I mentioned this on the Wii at one point. And despite owning this same game on three different consoles, I have never played all the way through Shining Force 1. That was the first time I ever beat Shining Force 2. As many times as I played that game and gotten pretty far into it, I've never followed through to the very end. The first time I really got into Shining Force, I think the first time I played it, I was like in the 3rd grade, maybe 2nd grade. I think it was 3rd grade. When I really got into it, though, I was probably in 4th or 5th grade, and I got really far. Or at least it felt like I got really far. I was starting to understand RPGs better. And then Kelly kind of took that game over when we were kids, and I kind of just watched her beat it and moved on. But then I played it again on the PS2, never beat it. Played it again on the PS3, never beat it. And then a few years ago, I think I mentioned this, I got to about the very end there. And so the last time I talked on here, I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this tonight. And then I got on there and I beat the shit out of that game. I ended it. Pretty cool ending to a game. I enjoyed it. So I'm excited. I've gotten a little bit into the original Shining Force, but it's kind of a new game to me. And like I said, on the Wii, so this was like 2009 or some shit. So a long time ago, I played Shining Force 1. Now, before we get into it, we'll get into it. Hold on. Let's get into it. Make sure you read this. This is important if you're watching this. I don't want you guys to get fatigued. I don't want you guys to get game fatigue. Okay, so unfavorite, even though that is the coolest game on here. Alright, I'm going to say two things about this series. Shining Force 2 is the best. I did not save best for last. I'm so sorry. But I am interested in playing some more of the series. What I am going to say, Shining in the Darkness is utter crap. Not a good game. If you like that game, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry that you like that game. Shining Force. As far as I can tell, this is as close as I can get to Shining Force 2. I have never played Shining Force 3 on the Sega Saturn. And I've been bitching about the fact that last night I spent about 3 hours, maybe 2.5. I spent some time trying to figure out how to play Shining Force today, right? I know that originally on the Saturn, even if I had an old working Saturn and I had Shining Force, that is just scenario 1 for Shining Force 3. Shining Force 3 had 3 scenarios. So 2 and 3 are only in Japanese. So the only way I can play those games translated for my stupid American ears is there is a translation, but I need to patch it. So I need a ROM of Shining Force 1 and 2 and 3. I have those files. I have those games. I think they're Ben and Q files or something like that. I legally own those, right? The issue is, I don't know how to fucking play these things. Like, I'm looking at, and every PC is different. You can give me all the advice you want. I was reading forums and shit. I tried RetroArch. I even was, like, reading on how to use RetroArch. It's complicated bullshit. It's cool. It's fun. It's stuff I enjoy, so I was having fun trying to figure this out. The only drawback is I failed. I wasn't able to get my game to work on this emulator, basically. I'm trying to do this in a legal way, right? You can own a copy of a game on the PC legally, just so you guys know. Is it easy to get emulators anymore? Like, I think it's hard to get the actual ROMs now. I think people have cracked down. Because the problem is people were pirating, but the people who were allowing the pirating were benefiting and making money off of it. If we just had a copy of the game available and there was no income for it, it's different. But, you know, like companies like Nintendo are like, fuck that shit, right? So anyways, I'm looking at, what's it called? I can't even pronounce it. I was using the Saturn Beetle or the Beetle Saturn or some shit. I gotta figure out a way to get this to run because I would like to play Shining Force 3. But after all that work, I got on the toilet and I was getting ready to go to bed, and I've never really watched anybody play Shining Force 3. So I started watching it last night. And I was like, you know what? This game does not. It's kind of Shining Force, but it was in that weird like period. What year. I don't even know what year Shining Force 3 came out. Was it? I thought it said 1998 at the bottom, but it might have been. It was around there. It's got this weird 3D look to it. It's not quite good, you know. Whereas playing this old Sega Genesis game, it kind of has like a cartoon look to it. It's something familiar. It's something I've played before. This was kind of like the bastardized version of what I enjoyed when I was a kid. And I know there's like diehard Shining Force fans, and Shining, I guess to them, Shining Force 3 is the perfect like wrap up. It's a perfect trilogy of these strategy games, right? There doesn't need to be any more Shining Force, right? So maybe I'll figure that out one day. At this time, I'm going to just push those bin files onto a hard drive, and maybe I'll figure out something later. I know there's like SSF and all that shit. You don't have to help me. It's something I have other things going on right now. What's not too difficult is getting on here and hitting broadcast on my PS4 controller and playing Shining Force 1. So why don't we just go with that? And it's very similar to Shining Force 2. It's something new. I've never played this all the way through. I might not be as prepared for it as I was Shining Force 2, but I feel like we'll figure it out. We'll get through it together. Thank you guys for watching Shining Force 2. That was actually probably one of my most viewed and appreciated game streams I've done in a while. I know I caught some people. I got some subscribers when I was playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. There's some people that are diehard like Ghost Recon people, which is really cool to me. But yeah, Shining Force really. I think the last time I had a stream kind of do really well as far as like these no commentary streams. And I think I might have done commentary. I did a Skyrim stream back in 2020. It was called I called it Skyrim 2020, and that would have like I did one episode and there was like 50 people watching me, which is pretty cool. I don't know why I do. I'm just kind of documenting me being lazy and playing a video game, really. It is fun to go back and watch some of my old game streams, but it's purely just for my entertainment. So if you come across this, cool, man. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you have anything to say, feel free to leave a comment. I'm not, like, making any money at this. It's just a little side thing that I worked all day. I made my money for the day. I fed the kids. They're all doing their thing. So I get on to here and I'm kicked back. A major reason why I'm gonna restart the stream, just so you know. If you're listening to this live, I'm gonna turn this off for a second and then restart it without the mic and all that. And the reason I do that is because I'm going to watch Step by Step, or some like kid show, like something that will relax me. It was Sopranos, so it's not always like a sweet show that I liked when I was a kid, but well, no, I liked Sopranos when I was a kid, so what the fuck? I'm gonna watch something and I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna probably start falling asleep. Now, there are streams when I fall asleep. You'll know because I will be in the middle of doing something. If I put up the menu, I'm probably like running and taking care of something. One of the kids stabbed the other kid, or I don't know, whatever. One of the dogs took a shit on the floor. I don't know. My wife needs to talk to me. I'll just put on the menu. But if I'm in the middle of like doing something, and this happens probably more often than you think. If you're actually watching this stream, an hour from now, there's a good chance I'm just going to stop moving. Here's your warning, man. I'm old. I fell asleep. I worked all day. I worked 10 hours today. I mean, I got up at 5:45. It's 7:14. I'm done doing things right now. So that's 14 hours of shit, you know? Like, I don't know. Is that bad math? 5:40. We're getting there. We're getting close to 14 hours. I don't know. So, Shining Force 3. Oh, and if I do Shining Force 3, it's going to be on the PC, which means I'm going to stream it on Twitch. I guess I could move those instead of putting those files on Resident Chicken Zero. I could just put those files on here, but dude, who fucking cares? More importantly, next week I'm gonna start playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So if you do like what you're hearing right now, you think maybe I can carry on a conversation. I need to get another TV or a second monitor or something. That way I can monitor the chat better when I'm playing a game. I don't know if that's happening this month. I don't know, man. I was looking at TVs. They're like I can get like a decent TV for my office for like $100. That's pretty cool. We'll see how I'm doing on money in a few weeks from now. I'm going to a draft a week from Friday. So a little over a week, like a week and a day. I'm going to a draft, which I'm really excited about. I don't think I'm gonna really be able to record much of that because these are people I don't know. But I'm gonna go and stomp those fools out at a draft for Magic. Yeah, man, things are good. I'm just tired right now. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna start playing maybe Shining Force 3 one day, but today I decided let's just keep shit simple and play some Shining Force. So give me a moment. I'll be right back.